Good evening, fam. Hey, it's your brother G. Hightower, the Entanglement Coach, coming in on this tenacious Tuesday night. Question for tonight: is your type keeping you single? I want to ask all of my brothers and my sisters, those of us who are out there in the single world, um, if we really think about it, fam, and if we really take an honest and thorough examination of all of our past relationships, we would probably find that our relationship type, yeah, that ideal type that we like, that we look forward to having a relationship with, and hopefully even marrying one day. If we really look back on our history, we would probably discover that our type, while quite delicious to us, has not really been healthy for us. If you think about it, ladies, for you, you've liked and probably strongly desire a certain type. But just think about it. Just trace back over your history. Has that type always been a good guy? Has he been a good man to you? Has he shown up? Has he been consistent? Has he been a man demonstrating character? Or has he been the man that excites you, that stimulates you, and maybe even do nice things for you, but he's really not a good man to you? Brothers, we are visual creatures by nature. By way of God's divine design for our lives, we're visual. So quite naturally, we are drawn to a woman based on, especially at the initial phase of the relationship, we're drawn to her based on how we see her. We're drawn to her based on how good she looks. But men, if we're honest as well, we know we've been involved with some great looking women on the outside, but they were really not so good women on the inside. Oh, yes, women who had tremendous outward pulchritude, but a woman who lacked intestinal fortitude, a woman who lacked virtuous character, a woman who lacked a willingness to build, a woman who may have been successful on her own, but instead of being a great mutual complement, we found out that getting with her, there was a great conflict. We butted heads like rams all the time. And so, in the end, you have to ask yourself the question, gentlemen: is the woman who is the finest hottie in the room, is that the woman that we really want to build legacy with? Or should I maybe readjust my types? Ladies, yeah, that guy, he had the nice car, he got the nice house, dressed nice, pretty Ricky, what they call him, right? Had all those wonderful things, ladies, and maybe spent a lot of money on you. But in the end, ladies, you have to ask yourself the question: was he a good man to you? Was he a good man that you could count on? Was he demonstrating consistent character traits that you say, wow, I want to build a life with this man? Because there's a difference between having someone in your life where you can enjoy them for a short time, but maybe not build something with them for a lifetime. So listen, let's jump into it tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Blessings to you. Veronica, thank you for coming in. You are the most awesome sister ever. You share more than anyone. I so appreciate you. Blessings to everyone coming in the building. Blessings, Prophetess Sadira. Thank all of you for sharing tonight. Blessings, Miss Tasha. Good to see you. I see you, Michelle Reyes. Good to see you, dear. Blessings to you as well. Listen, we're going to get into this conversation tonight, family. I'm going to break it down. We're going to talk about relationship types. And ladies, I really want to share with you a couple of things that you might find revelatory tonight regarding certain types of men. Because what's popular nowadays, we hear women talk about, oh, I'm looking for a man who's an alpha male. Ladies, you might not be the woman who wants a man who's an alpha male. So we're going to talk about the different types. I have found out, especially in the Lord's church, that more women are drawn to, attracted to, and desire to be with the men that have swagger, the men who have a certain level of, charisma, and, cats who are debonair and, rico suave and all of those kind of things. And that's cool. I mean, because the reality is, ladies, you deserve to have your type. My question to you is your type working out for you? I mean, how's that working out for you? That's my only question. Ladies, you have a right to choose whoever you want. We certainly are not going to tell women what they want, what they should need. I'm just going to ask you the question. If you are a marriage focused woman, is your type not getting you to your goal? Is your type keeping you single? That's the question for tonight. All right. Let's see. Miss Tasha says, I don't have a type. I just want a man that was raised right. Okay, Miss Tasha. Well, now, Miss Tasha, there are a lot of good men who were raised right. So saying that you want a man who was raised right, that's really broad. So Miss Tasha, I'm going to encourage you as your brother to kind of reel that in. Let's reel that in and let's kind of narrow the scope of what that really looks like. Because there's a lot of men who were raised right. I can give you 10 men right off the top that were raised right. But now, Miss Tasha, if you are a marriage-focused woman, if marriage is your goal and you're looking for a marriage-focused man, then we have to really narrow the scope of what our desires are, what we're looking for, what we hope to connect with. All right. So, because typically, and I think I feel your spirit, Miss Tasha. I think when we talk about being raised right, we talk about being raised to be respectful. We talk about from a man's perspective. We talk about men who were raised right, men who know how to honor their mother. The Bible says, ladies and gentlemen, that we are to honor our father and our mother so that our days will be long on the earth. So certainly a man who was raised right by his mom, his dad, or even if he was only raised in a single family household, a single parent household, it doesn't matter. If he was raised right, he is a man who's going to be respectful. He is a man who's going to be respectful of his elders. He's going to be a man who respects, honors, and protects women. He's going to be a man who is a provider. He's going to be a man who desires to build something great that outlasts his lifetime, right? So those are just a few qualifying factors that we can say this kind of man was raised right. Even if that man doesn't know the Lord, there are a lot of good men who don't know the Lord. We pray that they come to know Jesus Christ before Jesus cracks the sky. Because if not, I don't wish that upon anybody. But there are a lot of good men in terms of good character, right? Men who live, what we used to say when we were kids, who live by the golden rule. They are morally sound. They are intellectual. They are men who have a servant leadership spirit. They know how to serve others. There's a lot of good men out there who don't even know God. Okay. So being raised right is good, but we need more. We need more. Miss Tasha, I would want more for you. I would want more in terms of you having an understanding of your purpose so that you are connecting with a man who is going to be your purpose partner. All right. So let's dig into it tonight, family. This is going to be a good conversation. Let's see. Miss Monique says, my type now is a man of God who says, yes, my daughter, he's after my own heart. So that God would speak to Miss Monique and tell her that, hey, yeah, that one right there, he's my son. He's my son right there. Okay. Now, Miss Monique, I'm going to give you a loving, gentle pushback. When God speaks to you and say, yeah, that's my son right there, Miss Monique, if he doesn't look like your type, will you gladly, seek to build a relationship with him if this man is pursuing you, if he's not your type? What if, Monique, he is a half an inch shorter than you? What if he's not the most physically pleasing gentleman to look at? What if he is a hardworking, a man who loves God, a man of integrity, but he's short, kind of dumpy with a dad bod, not very attractive, doesn't dress well, rough around the edges, hardworking, makes good money, but not well spoken, can't conjugate a verb to save his life. So and Monique, you're an intellectual woman. So would that be okay? I'm just asking for a friend. Just asking for a friend. This Monique said, now wait a minute. Matter of fact, wait a black minute. Oh my God in heaven. Listen, Miss Cassandra says she don't want a booger bear. Oh my God in heaven. Listen. Yeah, absolutely, Monique. Yeah, he's teachable. Yeah, teachable. You know why? Because Monique, listen, and I want to share this with all of you awesome women of God tonight. Listen, when a man is desiring to pursue you, most of those men are very teachable. You know why? Because he wants to make sure that he is able to learn how to love you. There's certain things he's going to automatically bring to the table as men. But ladies, and this is something I never want you to forget, we have to teach people how to love us. All right? We have to teach people how to love us. Somehow, some way, we have gotten into this mindset of thinking that people are going to come perfectly equipped to know how to love us, to know how to be with us, know how to spend time with us, to know what we need, and we don't have to give any. Listen, even God tells us that in order to receive, we have to ask. ASK, that's the kingdom password to gain access to the things that you want from God. Even God requires us to ask. We have not because we ask not. But somehow on a human level, when it comes to relationships, we have this crazy notion in our minds that the person that we're with, he should just know. I mean, he a grown man. He should just know how to please a woman. Oh, he knows how to please a woman very well, boo. He just don't know how to please you. It's crazy. We're lazy lovers. Many of us, we're lazy lovers. We don't want to have to teach anybody anything. We don't want to have to take the time to communicate and explain anything. Taking the time to explain something to a person that you're building a relationship almost feels like a chore for some of you. Y'all some lazy lovers. I love you. Love you, mean it. Y'all some lazy lovers. Inevitably, somebody's going to message me the moment that I go live. It never fails. If you all have watched even 5 of my broadcasts, you'll see every time I go live, somebody is calling or texting or messaging me. Never fails. All right. So like no messages. The last 3 hours, it's been quiet. I've been enjoying my quiet time with God. Boom, getting some work done. Boom. Then I was like, okay, cool. I got an extra hour. I can just go live and share with the people tonight for a little while. And all of a sudden, as soon as I go live, ding, beep, boop, burp, burp, I mean, it just all kind of just, stuff out of nowhere. All right. So here we go. So listen, let me delve into this topic tonight. Miss Tasha said comprehension is better than communicating. Tasha, can you elaborate on that? I might be flowing with you. I might be flowing with you, but can you elaborate? Can you expand on that? Comprehension is better than communicating. I don't know if comprehension happens without communication. Yeah, can you elaborate on that? Ms. Veronica says sometimes feel like doing time. Yeah. So, Ms. Cassandra says, I agree with Tasha. So you all help me because I would love to understand that a little bit better. Yeah, I'm certainly not opposed to what you're saying because I understand when you're saying comprehension. Okay, let's see. So Ms. Tasha said, what's the purpose of talking if there is no understanding? Okay. What's the purpose of talking if there is no understanding? Well, I think, Ms. Tasha, and Miss Cassandra, since you agree with her, I think they can communicate a bunch of nothing. So I would think, Miss Tasha and Miss Cassandra, I would think that if you take the time to communicate to someone what your needs are, what the expectations are, I think if you take the time to communicate to them, and hear this, family, hear this. Now, here's the operative piece, that if you take time to communicate them in a manner in which they can receive it, I think most intelligent people would be able to understand it. Now, watch this, Miss Tasha. Whether or not he can step up to meet that need after you explain it, that's a whole nother conversation. But I think the reason why I say that a lot of us are lazy lovers, because the scripture tells us in the love chapter, 1 Corinthians 13, love is patient, love is kind. Many of us, our expectation level is up here. And this is at the outset of a relationship. This is at the beginning phase. We're still in the dating process, which is all about getting to know each other. We're still trying to see if we're a good fit for each other. But even at the dating level, oftentimes, and this is true for both men and women, oftentimes our expectations are just unrealistic. And if we're really honest, a lot of times our expectations are based on previous partners, not taking this person at face value and building something with them based on how we're getting to know them, right? Oftentimes we're dealing with comparison factor. Well, I mean, he just don't do it for me like John did, because John was a handyman. John would have been over here. He would have been fixing all this stuff, da 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 da. Okay, but you didn't tell Elgin that. Did you even tell Elgin that your refrigerator is broken, or that the doors on the hinge is broken off and that it needed repair? Yeah, John was a handyman. John had access to your home. Elgin, y'all just got to know each other. He only been over your house one time, but you have an expectation that Elgin is going to flow like John flowed. And maybe Elgin knows about it. Maybe Elgin is a man who will make a phone call and send somebody over to your house. So the expectations can be all over the place, but the simplicity of this principle here about comprehension and communication, comprehension cannot be had without effective communication. I'm going to say that again. Comprehension cannot be had without effective communication, because comprehension is about understanding, and understanding cannot be attained unless something has been clearly communicated first. And so we have to be patient enough, again, to go back to the love chapter, 1 Corinthians 13, love is patient, love is kind. A lot of us are just not patient enough. We're not patient enough to communicate with the person, expressing to them what our needs are. Some of you like to use the word train a person. I don't like to use that word train. I like to talk about teaching, because I think adults need to be taught more so than trained. And I believe that adults, again, people who are intellectually and emotionally intelligent, I believe that most people will get the understanding of what your needs are. Again, whether or not they can meet the needs is a different conversation, but at least being able to understand what the needs are, that's on us to communicate that to them. All right. So let's see. Let me go back to some of these great comments here. Oh goodness, poor Miss Tasha. Miss Tasha said we could be pouring our hearts out and be looked at crazy with a dumb response. So yeah, Miss Tasha, listen, my heart goes out to you, because in those, I've been there too. And in those situations, we're just not building with the right person. It's really that simple. We're not building with the right person. We're not communicating with the right person, because Miss Tasha, you are absolutely right. You can be pouring out your heart to the wrong person, and they can be looking at you like, give you a Scooby-Doo look, and not and miss it completely. Miss Carmela says, I can't wait till tomorrow, because now I got questions on a suitor. All right, good stuff, Carmela. I can't wait to hear. What Carmela is talking about tomorrow. Tomorrow is our Preparing for Real Love group coaching. We meet every Wednesday, every Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Pacific time. Preparing for Real Love. This is our transformational group coaching, which we meet twice a week. And the goal of this group, it's an ongoing thing. It's not 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or 8 weeks. It's an ongoing thing. We meet twice a week. And the goal for this group is to help us get our hearts ready, help us get healed from anything, any hurts, any soul wounds, or soul ties of our past. And our ultimate goal is to get your soul whole so you're ready for your soul mate. That is the goal for our Preparing for Real Love group coaching. So listen, you're welcome to join us. Again, it is phenomenal. It's life-changing. Everybody that's a part of that group will tell you this group is on fire. All right. So we'd love to have you be a part of us. It's only $57. You can't get that anywhere for being a part of a group where you're going to get sound teaching, homework assignments, and some challenges that's going to help push you out the box, push you out of your comfort zone. So you are taking the steps toward building healthy love relationships. All right. We're talking about marriage-focused men and marriage-focused women. Now, if marriage is not your goal, or at least having a good, strong, healthy, loving relationship, if that's not your goal, then this group is not for you. But if you desire to be in a healthy love relationship and not just dating this one, dating that one, we dated for a couple of weeks, but it didn't work out. But if you want to take the steps toward being in a wonderful relationship where you can look forward to talking to that person in the morning or at night, where you look forward to going out and spending time with that person, where you look forward to going and spending the summer with. Come on, summertime. Summertime. Hey, summertime. You know, if you want to get out and spend the summertime with somebody, and definitely going through the summer, going through the fall, and having someone that you can share the holidays with, man, it's wonderful. There's nothing better than having a healthy, loving relationship, man. Nothing better. Only thing better than having a healthy love relationship and somebody that you're building a future with, only thing better than that is salvation. Ain't nothing else better than that, man. Nothing. So if you want to be with us, with these awesome people, marriage-focused men and women, come on and join us in the Preparing for Real Love group coaching, all right? We'd love to have you. All right, let's get some of these comments and questions in the room. Hey, Letitia. Good to see you. What's up? Good to see you, great woman of God. Latricia Falls is in the building as well. Good to see you. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, wow. Miss Monique says, I pretty much know after his first sentence or two. Oh, my goodness. Monique says, yes, you know what? I'm an English professor. You know what? And I'll tell you what, Dr. G, listen, I'm going to be looking and see his first sentence. So go ahead, speak a sentence. What? What'd you say? Say that again. Nope. That was grammatically incorrect. No, say it again. She's going to be looking the first sentence or two. She's going to know if this brother has the ability to be in a relationship with her. Woo, my God. Yes, Monique, the group is fire for sure. Absolutely. Isn't it, Cherie? Absolutely. Yes, Miss Cassandra, actually, it is monthly. Yes, ma'am, it is monthly. But Miss Cassandra, I tell you what, you join us, and I tell you what, I have something special for you. You join us for this month, and I have something special for you, Miss Cassandra Lane. So if you want to join us, let me know. I'll drop a link. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and drop a link in the chat right now for those of you that want to join us. All right. Let's see. I know I saw. Oh, good evening, Miss Sharice. Miss Tasha, what do you mean? You think I don't understand what kind of men are really left out here? Listen, Miss Tasha, y'all act like y'all have moved to, another planet, and all the good men, that all the good men moved to another planet, and y'all left here on Earth. It's Earth. Y'all left here on earth with no good men left. It's like, oh, Dr. G, it's a desert out here. Oh my God, we're parched. We need some water. Please help us. No good men left. Listen, I need everybody in the chat real quick. I need at least 18 people to drop this in the chat. God ain't broke. God ain't broke. Come on, hurry up. Let's go. Let's do it. I need about 18 people to drop in the chat. God ain't broke. God ain't broke. God ain't broke. Come on, drop it in the chat. Because what we're suggesting, and this is true for both us men and women, what we're suggesting when we say, oh, Dr. G, whew, we are here in the Sahara Desert. It's rough out here in these Dayton streets. And I know things have changed dramatically. Trust me, I feel your heart, ladies. This is why I do what I do, because I know it's different. I know it's vastly different from 2014 till now. Just 10 years, the world has changed, let alone talking about 20 years going back to 2004 till now. I mean, the world has changed dramatically. It's crazy. Listen, y'all, because of what I do as a relationship educator, listen, I've been in rooms with Amber Rose, with Tiffany Haddish. I've been in rooms with all kind of celebrity women who are talking about their experiences in dating men. I've been invited to be in rooms and to be on panels with all kind of celebrities and all kind of people, you know, rich people, famous people all over the country, all over the world, literally. And so I know, ladies, you would be surprised to also know, because two things can be true. Now, I highly respect your truth, ladies, because your truth, your experience, that's your truth. But two things can be true. It can also be true, and matter of fact, it is also true that many of you ladies, you have not expanded beyond your normal sphere of influence. Many of you precious women, your whole life consists of work, church, and home, work, church, and home, work, church, take my kids here, take my kids there, and back home. And the only men that you're meeting and dating are men in your sphere of influence. You haven't gone out beyond that sphere, beyond that realm. You haven't gone out to many other places where good men hang out. I ask women this question all the time, and every single time I ask this question, unanimously, there are a group of women who will respond exactly what I was expecting. And that is, for those of you, matter of fact, here we go. We'll do a quick poll right here. Throw an 8 in the chat if you're a business owner or an entrepreneur. Ladies, throw an 8 in the chat if you are a business owner or an entrepreneur. Throw an 8 in the chat. Throw an 8, throw an 8, throw an 8, throw an 8. Now, what I said about God ain't broke, while y'all throwing an 8 in the chat, God ain't broke, family. One of God's divine names is El Shaddai, the God of more than enough. So God has never run out of good, godly men. Just like, brothers, God has never run out of good, godly women. Brothers, the only reason why you keep running into bad sisters is because, number one, you're stuck on a type, so you keep dating the same woman over and over again. No. Don't get me wrong, brothers. Different name, different face, different time, different place. Yeah, but it's the same woman because you're stuck on a certain type. Yes, you are. Yes, you are, brothers. Yes, you are. Oh, man, I got to have me, Dr. G, a sister that's thick. You know what I'm saying? I like them thickums. You know, okay. That's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with the thickums. Most of us men, especially us brothers, we love the thickums. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But now, are you pursuing the woman who love them thickums and she got to let everybody else see her thickums all over social media? You see her on the beach and she wearing nothing but a booty string. Oh my God, I can't believe he said that. Yeah, you heard what I said. Yeah. She's not wearing a bathing suit. She's wearing a top and a booty string. That's all you see, because both cheeks is out, clapping all the way down the beach. Plap, 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 plap. Yeah. Come on. Tell the truth and shame the devil in here tonight. So the woman who does that, well, yeah, you like her cheeks, and 18,000 other brothers like her cheeks too. And she loves showing her cheeks to everybody on social media. She's not a woman who's just for you. She's a woman who's for you and for him too, and for him too, and for him too, and for him. Yeah. You thought you had an exclusive relationship. You thought it was me. No, it's not you only. It's you and him too, and him too, and anybody else who will get her flued out and give her a wonderful weekend and drop a couple of bands on her and let her go shopping. Is this too real for y'all? Is this too real for y'all? So I'm going to bless you all with a couple of love nuggets to shift us. So first of all, let me break down types, and then I'm gonna leave you with 3 quick love nuggets, family, because my time is already up. I can't believe it. I gotta go. But I'm gonna bless you with a couple of types. So again, ladies, for the ladies who feel like, oh, I want an alpha male, I love the man who is courageous and he's a leader and he's charismatic and da 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 da. Ladies, all of y'all are not built for alpha males. Okay, I'm gonna just tell you straight up, because your emotional makeup is not going to be congruent with a man who is your prototypical alpha male. Okay, alpha males are not emotionally sensitive dudes. Okay, alpha male, this is the most popular and most well-known male personality type, but these are the cats who are physically strong. They're real physical cats. They're really aggressive. They're determined. They're confident. They're very clear about their goals. These are highly goal-oriented type of men. All right. And alpha males are goal-oriented to a fault. Like they always see the goal and you're always going to be second. Okay. It takes a rare type of man who is an alpha male, quote unquote, that also has a high level of sensitivity when it comes to his wife and his family. Okay. It takes a highly conditioned and a transformed mind of an alpha male where the love of God is operating through him and he makes his family and his wife top priority versus his purpose and his goals. Okay. So those are the alpha males. And then you have what is known as the beta males. Beta males are often highly criticized as if they're second-class citizens. But beta males are men who are supportive and nurturing. Okay, your beta males are the men who are usually going to be empaths. These are the men that you see that will often be teachers and counselors. These are the men who you see will be the cats who will stop on a dime, put down his stuff and go run to go help a woman, help an old lady cross the street. Okay. Beta males are men who value emotional connection. So ladies, while a lot of you are complaining about that men are lacking EQ, emotional intelligence, of course, that's not true. Because first of all, every human being has at least a modicum of emotional intelligence. How they express it is a whole different conversation, but every human being has emotional intelligence. So most of you ladies who are emotional creatures, most of you ladies who are creatives, empaths, artists, authors, public speakers, those of you ladies who serve in those capacities, those of you ladies who are in the medical field as doctors, physician's assistants, and nurses, many of you awesome ladies, you need more of a man who is a beta male, way more than you need a man who is an alpha male. Okay. But now many of you don't have a vision for love. And because you don't have a vision for love, you're only identifying either by what you've heard or, again, the type that you've developed in your heart and mind over the years, and you've held on to that type. And you haven't opened yourself up to the possibilities of a healthy relationship with someone who's not your type. Okay. So most of y'all don't have a vision for love. Most of you don't. I know y'all don't. All right. Now, let's talk about, for those of you that put the 8s in the chat, let me check the chat real quick and see how many 8s we got for business owners and entrepreneurs. Let's see. Okay, a lot of them. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Over half of y'all. Okay. Now, all of you awesome ladies who are business owners and entrepreneurs, my question to you is this. Have you ever, with any degree of consistency, attended Chamber of Commerce mixers in your city. Chamber of Commerce mixers. The Chamber of Commerce is in every major city in America. The purpose of the Chamber of Commerce is to gather business leaders and community leaders that we come together for networking purposes, that we build collaborations, and that we give ideas, we pitch ideas into this group so we can better our city and better our communities. All right. Miss Tasha said no. Miss Denise said no. Miss Renee said yes. Okay. How many of you, come on, ladies, all those that gave an 8, I want to see y'all response. How many of you consistently attend Chamber of Commerce mixers? Guess what, ladies? Men with money, men who are established, men who are settled, men who are men of integrity, those men are at Chamber of Commerce meetings. But y'all don't go. Again, your life consists of work, church, and home for most of you. Not all, but for most of you, your life consists of work, church, and home, work, church, and home, work, church, take my kids here, take my kids there, and back home. So if you're not attending Chamber of Commerce meetings or business mixers, you're missing out on a great group of men. If you're not taking up an extracurricular activity, such as going to the golf course, guess what, ladies? Multi-million-dollar business deals are done on the golf course. I personally know of 2 men. I was with one group of men, and this business deal was so phenomenal that the man who spearheaded the business deal, he got a Ferrari out of it, a brand new Ferrari out of it that was thrown into the business deal. Now your Ferrari costs $250,000. So you can imagine how much money the business deal was. I was on the golf course with them, and I'm sitting up here trying to be cool, like, yeah, this is how it goes down. But in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, I pulled up in my little convertible Mercedes thinking I'm doing something. These brothers pulling up in Ferraris and Bentleys and Rolls Royce. I was like, hamburger. And so listen, this was thrown into the deal for this awesome brother. All right. And yes, he was an awesome black man. And it was just thrown into the deal, a Ferrari. Like, okay, so in addition to this, if I give you this, then boom, here's what I'm expecting. I need this. And oh yeah, by the way, since your cousin owns a dealership down in Miami, I'm gonna need a Ferrari. Oh man, come on, man. Yeah, I'm gonna need to get that. I mean, after all, I'm bringing all this to the table for your group. So I'm gonna need this. And since this is my group, then what I want to get out of it is Ferrari. Like, okay, we got you. And I'm telling you, to this day, that brother's driving that Ferrari. Business deals going down on the golf course. Ladies, where y'all at? Ladies, where y'all at? Y'all could be, Miss Tasha, y'all can be getting dressed cute, get you a nice little dress out, little golf outfit, honey. Get out there and get put on your little Tiger Hood outfit, you know what I mean? Boom, and get out there and just look good. And guess what, ladies? Guess what men love to do? We love to help you. Go out there and just say, oh, I wish I could have somebody to help me. Oh, yeah, I can help you. Let me help you with your swing. Or let me show you how to do this. Or let me hold it true. Because we as men, we love to help a woman who desires to be helped. All right? Ladies, broke men don't hang out at the golf course. No, Veronica. Don't. The sundress is not for the golf course. No. The sundress is a ministry. We love the sundress, praise God, but not for the golf course. Because you go out there with a sundress on, they're gonna know you up to no good. Like, she out here tempting. I can't even hit the ball because I'm just busy looking at her ministry and that sundress. My God. Yeah, come on, Veronica. Veronica said, I wore my denim skirt. All right, that's right. Yeah, Miss Cassandra, listen, Miss Cassandra, it's a wonderful place to go out there. And listen, you'll never see broke men at the golf course. Men who are about business, men who are making money, men who are learning to make more money, men who are already well established in their field and their vocation, but the golf course is just an outlet for them. It's just a healthy outlet to blow some steam off, to detox from the day, from the week, And again, it's a powerful and beautiful place to meet, to connect, and business opportunities go down. All right. Yeah, Monique, that's how you do it. You get out there, honey, you go and looking cute. Boom. Make sure you have them legs looking nice now, ladies. Have them legs glistening. Put that cocoa butter on them. You know what I'm saying? Put that cocoa butter. Have them legs nice and glistening. And go out there and say, sir, could you help me? Psh, girl, you have more than one man coming to help you. All right. I'm trying to help y'all in here tonight. Therese, that's any state in North America, any state. All right. You want to look up, Miss Therese, you want to look up what are the top golf courses in your city, in your area. All right. Oh, go ahead, Miss Cassandra. I might need to get some of that from you. Praise God. You make your own shea butter. I might need to get some of that. Hey, Miss Cindy. Good to see you, dear. Blessings on you. Yes, Miss Monique, you got to have that cocoa butter because it looks good and it smells good. Praise God. All right. It looks good and it smells good. All right. No, Miss Tasha, you don't have to go off the grid. You just got to get out of your comfort zone. Just get out of your comfort zone, Miss Tasha. I can tell you are, first of all, I can tell you're an intelligent woman. I can tell you are a seasoned woman. You've had some experience. But I also can tell that you are a woman that operates in an infinitesimally small circle. I can tell that just by your comments in this chat tonight. I don't even have to have a conversation with you. I can just tell because listen, y'all, I ain't new to this. I'm real true to this. This August will be 20 years that I've served in this capacity as a relationship specialist and pastoral counselor. 20 years. So I ain't new to this. I'm real true to this. All right. I'm passionate about the mission of building healthy love relationships. All right. I'm not just another talking head on social media that don't know what the heck he's talking about. I study. I'm well versed. I have a beautiful community of psychologists, psychotherapists, marriage, family therapists, sexologists. I'm connected to a beautiful community of people that pour into me as well as me pouring into them. And it keeps me sharp. Because I learn from them, I glean from them, as well as my own personal study. And of course, spending time on my face before God and saying, God, what do your people need? So, so listen, Miss Tasha, I want to invite you and Cassandra to come and join us tomorrow. Okay. I want you to come and join us tomorrow for our Preparing for Real Love group coaching. We would love to have you. And my beautiful sister, Cindy Hoffman. Cindy, I don't know your status, Miss Cindy, but Cindy, you are welcome to join us as well. Okay. Preparing for Real Love group coaching. Again, this is an ongoing thing. It's not week to week or month to month. We meet every week. In fact, tomorrow will be our session 26. We started in February and we are still going strong. We have not missed a session. Every Wednesday, every Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern, that's 7 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Pacific time. We meet every Wednesday and every Saturday. Now watch this. If you, okay, Cassandra, I'm gonna drop the link right now. If you, can't make one of the sessions for whatever reason due to work, school, or some other commitment, don't worry about it. Every session we do via Zoom, and you will be able to get the replay link after the within the day or two after the class concludes. So you'll get that link and you can watch the replay and watch it at your leisure. Okay. But we invite you to come and be a part. It's life-changing, y'all. We ain't playing, listen, we ain't playing no games. We are marriage-focused people, and we desire to have real, healthy love relationships. All right? So I want to invite you to join us and be a part because I promise you it's going to be absolutely life-changing for you. All right? Boom. So I'm dropping the link in the chat right now, and I'll pin it so that you can go ahead and click that. Boom. All right. So I dropped the link in the chat right now and I'm going to pin it. And then all you got to do is click on that link and it will take you right to where you need to go so you can register for Preparing for Real Love group coaching. All right. The link is right there in the chat. Boom. There it is right there. Preparing for Real Love group. Click that link. It'll take you right to Cash App. If you need a different link other than Cash App, if you need Venmo, if you need Zelle, let me know, and I'll drop that link in the chat as well. Okay. Cherie Bradley is already a part of us. Glad to have Cherie Bradley with us. Cherie, you are already on it. Come on, Cherie. Girl, you prophetic. This is what I'm going to be talking about tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, we're going to be exposing, and we're going to be dealing with love sabotage. We're going to expose the 5 things, the 5 elements that create love sabotage. That we literally will have a good person in our life, but we push them away, or we just ghost them, or we never feed into the relationship. They're giving to us, but we're not reciprocating back to them. We literally sabotage our own relationships, and we get mad at God and shake our fist to God like, God, you ain't sending me no good people down here. And the Lord said, like, I sent the last 3 good brothers your way. What are you talking about? The Lord doesn't talk with a Brooklyn accent. I know New Yorkers think he does, but he doesn't. God is like, what are you talking about? I sent you 3 good men. I sent you 3 good ladies, brothers. What you talking about? But we sabotaged it. We didn't treat them well. We didn't invest into the relationship. We weren't patient in the development of the relationship. Things didn't go right off the moment. The moment we didn't have that whirlwind romantic feeling. Endorphins didn't go off on the inside of us, giving us butterflies. Shout out to the late, great Michael Jackson. You give me butterflies. We didn't have butterflies happening on the inside of us immediately. And so he's like, I just ain't feeling him. Yeah, man. Hey, man, what about sister girl, man? She looks sweet. She seemed really nice. Yeah, man, I just ain't feeling her, man. She cool and everything, but she just kind of like a plain Mary Jane. Brothers, let me help y'all. Some of the baddest women on planet Earth are plain Mary Janes. You don't know her story. You don't know how she became plain Mary Jane. But trust me, there is a rich, virtuous queen underneath that facade of the plain Mary Jane. You just got to tap in. How you doing? Amen, Tasha. I had to come to that too. I had to come to that conclusion too. Listen, God, it ain't your fault. It's my fault. What'd you say, Monique? God does have a Brooklyn accent. God has an LA accent. God has a LA accent. God is chill with it. You know what I mean? Hey, what's happening? West Side? Oh, I'm sorry. He don't say West Side. He say Christ Side. Miss Renee says, listen, I am that plain Mary Jane, honey. I'm a pearl. I'm a pearl of a good price. Don't get it twisted. Don't go by this little facade of me being plain Mary Jane, honey, because I can turn up and turn it out. I know that's right. Miss Renee. Yes, indeed. Oh, great question, Miss Cherie. Great question. Is wanting him to be like my daddy wrong? Okay, this is a great question. I'm going to pause right here and let's dig into this. But I'm going to take this question first. Cherie got all the good questions. I'm going to take this great question first, and then I'm going to come back to the daddy because I love that question. And I think I want to end on that question tonight. Yeah. I'm going to end on that question tonight. All right. So I did I want to make sure I didn't miss any other comments or questions before I get these last 2 right here. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Cool. So let's take this question right here. Miss Cherie asked two good questions. So, are dating websites worth it? Okay. So, I personally know 4 couples that are married and they met online. 2 couples that are good friends of mine. One couple, they've been married 12 years this year, and they met on eHarmony. I know another couple that met on Christian Mingle. They've been married 7 years. So, the dating websites can work. I do support them, but I have a very strict vetting process if you are meeting somebody online. First and foremost, ladies, and this is especially true for you. Gentlemen, this is true for us too, because we can be duped and get into a dangerous situation as well. All right. We can get hoodwinked and bamboozled too. All right. I don't care how strong you are. Anybody can get jumped and get taken out with a bullet. Okay. That's real talk. I don't want to be, over the top and grotesque, but it happens. It happens. People get set up all the time, especially people who think they can't get set up. All right. Now, that's it. Let's get back to the good stuff. So the relationships can work, but meeting people online, dating websites can work. But number one, you got to have a vision for love. All right. Ladies, if you come to Preparing for Real Love group coaching, we will help you build a vision for love, because most of you don't have one. You're really sure about what you don't want, but you're not completely clear about what you do want. You got to have a vision for love. You got to have clear-cut boundaries. All right. Where there is no vision, the people cast off restraint. All right. So I want to give you that. All right. That's number one. Number two, safety is vitally important, right? If you're meeting somebody online. So you want to have several at-length conversations over the phone before you get up to go out on a date. Don't be so thirsty to go out and get a free dinner, free lunch, that you're going out with somebody that you haven't had the time to vet their character yet. All right. So while we're having several, and I highly suggest if you're meeting somebody online, you want to have 10 at-length quality conversations, a minimum of 10 conversations over the phone before you go out on a date. Oh, Dr. G, that's a lot. Yeah. And you need to take a lot of time, quality time, to get to know this person. So you can find out if they are who they say they are. What are you going to be doing during that time? You're going to find out. Is he who he says he is? Does he really go to the church where he says he goes? How many people know him? Does the pastor know him at that church? All right. Does he work where he says he works? Brothers, we got to do our homework too. Is she the woman that she says she is? Is she single? Or is she still married, brothers? You want to find that out. Ladies, the same thing is true for you. Is he really, really single and available? Or is he single because he's going through a divorce? Right? You want to find those things out. So that's what we do while we're going through this process of having 10 quality at-length conversations over the phone before we meet up. All right? It can work, but you got to go through a very strenuous process to make sure you can vet them to really know who they are. All right. Let's take this last question. The last question for tonight is wanting him to be like my daddy wrong? Okay. I really want to take my time with this question. And Cherie, thank you so much for asking both of these questions. Great questions tonight. I appreciate you so much. All right. So 2 things, ladies. Let me say this as a principle for what I teach and what I've been teaching for years. Healthy relationships are reciprocal. Ladies, if it's okay, and it is okay by my standard and by most men's standards, it's totally acceptable for you to desire a man that has the same qualities and character traits that your dad had. If you had a good daddy, he was in your life, he was a provider, he was a protector, he helped raise you to be the woman that you are today, it's totally cool that you would want the man who you're going to build a life with, or even just begin dating, that he would have some quality character traits like your dad. At the same time, ladies, y'all got to be cool with the fact that a lot of men want the same thing in a woman. A lot of us men want a woman who has character traits and qualities like our mom. But oftentimes, men get ridiculed, men get sliced, diced, and straight up dissed if a man says, yeah, I'm looking for a woman that has character traits and qualities like my mom. Oh, he a mama's boy. He got mama issues. Ain't nobody trying to be his mama. Da, 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 da. He didn't ask you to be. He still got his mama. And even for the men who don't have their mama, they don't need a second one. But a man who's had a good mother in his life, which ladies, you should highly appreciate, a man who's had a good mother in his life and had a good relationship with his mom, you should want that man to desire qualities and character traits that his mother had or that his mother has. Okay? You should desire that. Something's wrong with you if you don't want that from a man. Because you can't say, be careful of men who don't have a good relationship with their mother. And at the same time, you're saying, well, if a man says he wants a woman who has character traits and qualities like his mother, then he a man who's a mama's boy. He's too tied closely to her apron string. I don't want no man like that. Make these make sense. Make these make sense. You can't criticize, run down, disrespect, dishonor men because they want a woman that they want to marry who has beautiful character and qualities like his mom. Because ladies, you want a man who has great qualities and character traits like your dad and or your grandfather. Okay, so now that said, now, of course, there are some extremes, ladies, and we know that. We do know, especially from single mother households, that there are a lot of men who are mama's boys. He won't even do nothing without his mom's approval. We do know that there are men like that. But those are a very small group of men who are like that. Even men who were raised by single mothers, a lot of those men turn out to be good, strong, respectful men. All right. I know them personally. I know a lot of them personally. I'm not afraid of a man who was raised in a single mother's household. Excuse me. I'm not afraid of that man's character. I'm not afraid to build with a man like that. And just because he didn't have a biological father in his life doesn't mean that he didn't have good, strong men who were father figures in his life, like his coach, like a teacher, like a man from the boys club. I grew up in the boys club. A lot of father figures in the boys clubs. The church, a lot of strong father figures in the Lord's church. My daddy, I grew up in the streets of South Central LA, y'all. And I was running drugs. All through high school, I sold drugs. My daddy found out about it. He never caught me, but he knew I was doing dirt up in them streets. I was running behind Ice-T. Ice-T was the big brother in our neighborhood. It's amazing. Ice-T has over a quarter of a century now that he's been on television playing a cop. And his first hit song as a rapper was Cop Killers. Crazy. But Ice-T was the big brother in our neighborhood, and most of us were trying to be like Ice-T. And so, yes, Cherie Bradley, I was running drugs all through high school. And I messed up my scholarship. Now, watch this. I was the perfect student, A-list student all through school, honors classes, boom, 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 and everything. But I was trying to be like the cats in the streets because I was tired of being called nerd, bookworm, and all that kind of stuff, right? So I was doing all this kind of dirt, and my daddy found out about it. And my dad was like, yeah, if the boy gets arrested, I'm going to let him go to jail. He going to rot in jail so he can learn a lesson. My spiritual father, who was the assistant pastor of our church, sat right down on that couch next to my daddy in my daddy's house. And that man, my pops, my spiritual dad, looked at him. He says, Edward, if that boy go to jail, he won't stay in jail, because if you don't get him out of jail, I will get him out of jail. That's the first man I ever saw stand up to my dad. And my dad was like, whoa. My dad looked at him, and he was looking back at my pops, my spiritual dad, and my daddy was like, okay. Didn't say nothing. Didn't say nothing. And my point, ladies, is Even if there is a lack of a biological father, although I'm blessed to have had a great relationship with my biological father and took care of him for the last 7 years of his life, glory to God, before he passed away. But even if there's a lack of a biological father, God always, always, always supplies every one of our needs. He will plant a spiritual mother, a spiritual father in your life to shore up that area of you that might be weak, where you had no biological mother or father. God will never leave us comfortless. Not only does he send the comforter in the person of Holy Spirit, but he also sends us earthly comfort by giving us spiritual mothers, godmothers, aunties, uncles who will serve in a fatherly or motherly capacity. Queen Esther, she was mentored and raised not by her mother and father. They were gone. But cousin Uncle Mordecai mentored her, and that woman became queen of a foreign nation as a Jewess. How y'all doing? Y'all all right? So, in conclusion, Cherie, ladies, it's perfectly okay to want a man that has qualities of your father. You also have to be open and be okay to a man that desires that you would have qualities and character traits that remind him of his mom. And don't judge the brother. And ladies, I promise you, you'll lose most of us if you say like, you real close to your mom, huh? So are you a mama's boy? That kind of language, ladies, you'll lose a lot of us. I'm telling y'all, some of y'all, your mouths are reckless. Your mouth is reckless. Y'all just be saying anything and think it's funny. And we don't take it as a game. We don't take it as a joke. Just like, ladies, we would never call you out your name. When you say stuff like that to us, calling us mama's boys and all that kind of stuff, you'll lose a lot of us. You'll lose a lot of us. Because we're already determining, oh, she doesn't respect that I have great love and respect for my mom. And so she sees that as being weak. So if she sees that as being weak, then that means she's going to lose. That means that there's going to be a level of respect for me that she won't have. So yeah, boom, I'm cool. I'm cool on her. I'm going to keep her over here to the side. Just helping y'all, ladies. Just helping y'all, ladies. A wise woman builds her house. A foolish woman tears it down with her words. Oh, Miss Aubrey. Blessings, Miss Aubrey. Good evening. Praise the Lord. Thank you for this wonderful dissertation. So Miss Aubrey said, there is a guy I'm sort of interested in who's a really hard worker, which I admire. However, he works 2 jobs and says he is willing to work 3 to take care of me. It's a beautiful, caring gesture, but I would much prefer he complete his college degree. He has less than a year left, and focus on building his business, which is physical therapy. He'd make more money, but more importantly, perhaps won't be at work all day trying to work 2 to 3 jobs to cover expenses and be too tired. Okay, got that. Thank you, Miss Tasha. That is so sweet. And I receive that with humility and honor. Thank you. That is so sweet of you. Thank you so much. So Miss Aubrey, this is beautiful. I'm going to take a couple of minutes to address this because this was so beautiful. And thank you for your dissertation. So let's get into it. So first and foremost, ladies, and that's why all y'all need to be a part of our Preparing for Real Love group coaching, because I've shared this principle many, many times. And we'll talk about it tomorrow again as we talk about love sabotage and love sabotage, and we deal with sexual compatibility tomorrow night. We're going to be talking about how to determine sexual compatibility without having sex. How can you determine that in the dating phase and still remain abstinent? So we're going to deal with that tomorrow night. So y'all don't want to miss it. All right. Oh, goodness. Okay. This is skipping. Okay. Let me do this real quick. All right. Hopefully I'll be able to make it. Okay. I should be able to make it. All right. So first and foremost, ladies, listen, Aubrey, I so appreciate you for sharing this, because ladies, you've heard me share this before, that we are better, ladies, because we have you by our side. All right. Men are only able to reach the apex of our potential when we have a beautiful, loving woman by our side. So Aubrey, your role in this time, you're going to join. Okay, good stuff, Cassandra. We'd love to have you, dear. Listen, your role, Miss Aubrey, if you decide that you want to be in this relationship with this gentleman, your job is to help him. Ladies, please understand that your assignment from God, if you decide to take the assignment, God doesn't force women to be married, but a woman who desires to be married, if you desire to serve in that capacity, then by God's design, you are a help. Stop thinking that men are supposed to show up and have everything in order in their lives before you show up. No, that's not the case in most cases, no matter who the man is, white, black, Asian, Cablinasian, Latino, it doesn't matter. Most men don't have it all together when you come along. Most men don't. Especially men who are still growing, men who are in their 30s and 40s, and even some men in their early 50s, because he could be in the rebuilding process. He already had a successful life, but he lost everything due to a loss of a job, loss of his business, a loss of his spouse, either divorced or widowed, whatever. And he can be in the rebuilding stage, just like a lot of women are in the rebuilding stage in their 40s and early 50s, right? So now that said, be a help to him, Miss Aubrey. Encourage that man to go and take them classes. All right. Whatever you got to do, encourage that man to go take. If he has less than a year left, then Aubrey, I would say help him create a revenue stream. Since he's already in that field, help him create another revenue stream where he doesn't have to take on a third job, where he can make money from his house. Help him develop that revenue stream. Aubrey, you are a brilliant woman. Get online, find out what things he's good at based on his resume, based on his experience, based on his educational background. Find out what he's good in, and based on him being a physical therapist find out how you can help him develop a revenue stream from home as a consultant, maybe working at a gym as a up and coming physical therapist. Maybe they can put him in a contracting position where he's not going to get in trouble if anything goes wrong because he's not a certified therapist yet. But maybe he can be in a consulting. He can get a contract as a consultant at a particular gym, right? Where he can show up maybe once or twice a week. Or maybe he can just go online and be a consultant for some other groups and make money from home. All right. So Aubrey, if you find that you're really interested in this man and you can see there's some potential for a relationship, help that brother. Instead of letting him go and work 2-3 jobs, help that brother find a different revenue stream where he can work from home and then boom, get himself back in school to finish up that degree. Okay. You said we've done that and it feels like a pride thing. So it probably is a pride. It probably is a pride thing. A lot of us men struggle with pride. So then you have to ask a different set of questions, Miss Aubrey, so you can get a different set of results. So Miss Aubrey, let's chat offline and tell me a little bit more so I can help you perhaps give him some different type of questions that will provoke a different kind of thinking. Because obviously the fact that he's been in this place for a long time with less than a year to finish his degree, and he's been in this place for a long time and working 2 to 3 jobs doing something that's completely different from his purpose, obviously he's struggling with pride. And he's probably, Aubrey, struggling with fear as well, because fear and pride are Siamese twins. They're interconnected. Whenever you see a man or a woman struggling with great pride, inwardly beyond the facade of that pride and that machoism and that super strength, Boom. Behind that is fear. Fear of failure and or fear of success. All right. So listen, this has been great tonight, y'all. I gotta go. I gotta rest my voice before we have prayer tonight in about an hour. But blessings to you, family. Have an awesome night. Again, I encourage you to join our group, Preparing for Real Love. It is life-changing. If you are a marriage-focused man, if you are a marriage-focused woman, this group is for you. All right. It's an ongoing transformational relationship journey that helps us to get ready for love. Listen, if you want to be the person that actually has somebody you can travel with this summer, this group is for you. If you want to be building a wonderful relationship with somebody this year in 2024 that could lead to marriage, this group is for you. If you are tired of spending the holidays by yourself and with all your crazy family members, because you know your family is just like mine, they're the clumps. Hey, Sherman, I'm glad you got somebody. Bring on over here. Hey, Cherie, I'm glad you finally got a man, girl. Bring him over here. Let us check him out. You know, if you're tired of dealing with your family, you by yourself with the clumps, this group is for you. All right. This is your brother G Hightower, the Entanglement Coach. Glad to be with you tonight, family. Blessings to you all. And we'll see you later by God's grace. For those of us who are joining us for prayer, we'll be live for prayer at 11:30. All right, 11:30 tonight, 11:30 Eastern. That's 10:30 Central and 8:30 on the West Coast. All right, family. Love and blessings to you. We'll see you later by God's grace.